Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And it has been a while since I've updated you guys about NBD, and I feel as though it is, it's pretty much time to, right? Because a lot has happened, a lot has changed. There has been a merge over to Ethereum. Outside of that, they launched their first product as well, and it seems as though things are looking pretty good, and we're going to be talking about it. Now, does the chart look pretty good? Well, we'll talk about that as well. So first and foremost, let's address how AI is still becoming a big talking point. We have over here from the Daily Hodl, European Commission ARM says convergence of blockchain and AI is an upcoming trend to watch. And honestly, we've been watching this trend take over for the last roughly almost a year now, and it seems as though it's not slowing down at all. In fact, it's getting even bigger, especially with automated workflows, AI tapped in business as well, and so much more. Outside of that, we also have over here that blockchain and AI could be dynamic duo. It just continues to be a major talking point. And also, even right now, the AI space is a $38.5 billion market. Now, we do know that the market has been chopping and most altcoins, well, let's just be honest, they've been absolutely getting slaughtered out there. And NBD is definitely not shy to this. We'll talk about that as well. Outside of that, we have over here from CoinDesk, TradFi rushes in, Goldman Sachs digital assets lead Matthew McDermott on the institutional embrace of tokenization. RWAs are another very big topic. And even just recently, Franklin Templeton's Jenny Johnson on Bitcoin ETFs, RWA tokenization and blockchain's potential for TradFi. It's all based around tokenization. Tokenization is a huge thing. Now, why am I bringing up RWAs? Why am I bringing up, AI? Because AI and also RWAs are the RWA space right now, almost $3 billion, insane. Both of these are like the biggest narratives in this space, and NBD actually has both of them locked in. We've talked about this in the past. Now, as we do look at NBD currently speaking right now, the chart basically looks like this, and I could actually show you guys what the 1 week looks like, and this is basically it. Now, a lot of people are saying like, oh, this thing is dead, it's done, it's fried, it's cooked, and it's mainly the fact that, as we do look at the overall chart here, it doesn't look too bad structure-wise, and we're going to be addressing that here in a second. We're going to be talking about it. Overall, this thing is still sitting at a sub $4 million market cap, fully diluted value $6.7 million. You can't afford to not be a part of this Discord. You need to join the free Discord down in the description below, as well as in the comments below right now, to get ahead of the rest of the market with 24/7, 365 access to information around crypto, including insights, trades, altcoin gems, you name it. You need to be a part of this Discord. So what are you waiting for? Click the link down in the description below, as well as in the comments below, to join today. And what's even crazier about this is if we go over to the actual Explorer, right? So let me go through this real quick. We're sitting at sub 1,000 holders. Like, this is crazy. Now, I do know that before the merge, there was more holders, and it seems as though a lot of people actually missed out on getting their NBD on Ethereum. I don't know if the team is still embracing anyone that was late to get their NBD on Ethereum, because again, they put out full reports on this. They even notified everyone via Twitter. They've notified everyone in the Telegram group. If you were not paying attention, you might have missed out. And I'm not saying that as like a bad thing. I'm just saying, like, listen, you have to be paying attention, especially if you are investing your money into these projects, on what's happening. And the best way to stay up to date is by following them on all socials. But outside of that, sub 1,000 holders, which is crazy to say the least. And outside of that, also, NBD did have that $10 million raise from LDA Capital. Remember, this goes all the way back to 2022. Right now, currently speaking, as we do look at NBD, it's sub $4 million in market cap, sub $10 million in fully diluted valuation. And also, by the way, 56.3% of the supply is already out there in circulation as well. That got fully updated. So this is pretty much all up to date. And it is all because they got a full audit, which I will talk about as well. But you're talking about a $10 million raise from LDA Capital. This goes back to August of 2022. It's almost 2 years old, but this is still something to note today, because if we look at the value behind this thing, it's still undervalued considering this raise from LDA Capital. Now, like I said, they did get a full audit. Their overall security score is about 75. This is not too significant when we are comparing it to other major projects out there. And most of it is because of the fundamental score and a few other things. But for the most part, right, the score here around community, around the market, governance, operational, and even code is pretty good. Even as we look at the code, it's a 91.44, operational 85.35, governance 74.32, market 74.97, and community 80.82. So not too bad at all. The score is not too bad, and I actually like the fact that they did get an audit by Certic. It's a pretty substantial audit. It's a company that is well known around the auditing market in the space, so very good, +1 there. Now, outside of that, the overall chart is down about roughly 75.5% since its high back in March. Now, I saw a lot of people panicking and saying like, oh, this is so bad. Like, what is going on? Is this thing dead? And in my opinion, I don't believe it is. If we look at the 5-day chart here, we are getting back down into this demand zone. And this is an area at which I'm very, very positive that we'll see a major move to the upside off of, unless we lose a significant level of support. That level of support is still a little bit lower, right? Like this is the level down here at about roughly, it's like 0.000079. So it is a pretty substantial level for us to get back down to, but I'm not expecting us to actually get down to that level. Ultimately, I would watch for a loss of this resistance zone that could ultimately be turned into support if we do target it, which is around roughly 0.000125. That's what we're watching for right now, and this is pretty much the level at which we are trading in, which I do think is a substantial demand zone. Now, although it is down 75.5% since that high, if you go back to just February of this year, it's still up roughly 107%. But also remember that this thing pumped massively up about roughly 752%. Now you might be saying like, oh, Nick, if we go all the way back to, roughly December, like this thing pumped roughly 5,000%. Like, isn't this thing topped out? And I would say, yeah, typically. But the problem is that right now, as we do look at MBD, on top of the roadmap, which we will address, the market valuation for this is not telling us that this thing is topped out. Like this is pretty much a starting point for a lot of projects in this space that go to about roughly, 300 million to possibly even $3 billion in market capitalization. Now, do I think that MBD Financials is going to go to $3 billion? I would say it's too early to say that, but I do foresee MBD Financials hitting at least roughly, 30 million to possibly even 300 million in market capitalization. I don't think that is crazy to say the least. And at those levels, I mean, that's a very significant gain. But I do think that we're still very early on this project, especially with what the team has been delivering and the team has been doing. If you are a part of the Telegram group, then you pretty much know that the team is pretty solid. Now, outside of that, as I have been looking at other timeframes on this chart, this is going to look a little bit different because, again, these trend lines are set up for the 5-day. But on the 3-day, for an example, right, we're still kind of riding this this lower level down here. And pretty much this is like a squeeze. Very similar back here where we had the squeeze in December all the way into February before we had that massive breakout, which led us all the way to these highs up here. It's a very similar overall look here as well, where we're kind of just squeezing. Now, again, this is more so set up for the 5-day, so it's going to look a little bit different. But as we look at the indicators down here, the RSI, the MFI, and even the stock RSI, they all look pretty much bottomed out, and it looks as though they are ready to move to the upside. MFI, which is Money Flow Index, is telling us that this is pretty much printing a bullish divergence on the 3-day. We're looking for a bullish divergence on the RSI as well as even the stock RSI. And right now, they're pretty much bottomed out, in my opinion, especially even if we go back to the February timeframe when we were starting to sell off heavily. And guess what ended up happening back there on the RSI? We started to have a peak. We might get a couple more days of us just kind of chopping until the market decides what it wants to do. But to me personally, MFI is telling us everything that we need to know. And even in terms of RSI, it's starting to, move to the upside while the price is still kind of chopping here. In my opinion, this does not look too bad. We need to reclaim a significant level, though, before we do get ahead of ourselves, because this could still have one more leg down. And that level that we really need to cross over is the 0.000275 level. So that's what we're waiting for. We're going to watch this closely, but for the most part, I don't think that this is too bad, especially after the massive run up that it already had. A sell-off was inevitable regardless, and the market is definitely allowing for that to become a reality. Now, outside of that, what about some big events? Well, recently, Reinvest DAO is holding a Twitter. Well, they held a Twitter AMA around real world assets on blockchain, the real deal or just hype. And this was on May 6th. And some substantial names here from Mantra, for an example, Reinvest DAO, Tozek, Swiss Asset DAO, as well as a few other ones. And of course, the co-founder of MBD Financials was there talking about RWAs and what's happening around the RWA sector and what they're focused on as well from MBD. And also, by the way, she is also at Consensus, really kind of discussing a few things happening around MBD. We even have met some amazing people to collaborate with, and of course, Team MBD advisor, taking in knowledge and new friendships back to really kind of kick some butt and make some things happen. And here we have, some of the images from Consensus. Very good times. Love to see it. And I really do think that as we really look at MBD financials, they have been growing substantially. I watched them go from pretty much sub 10K followers to already over 14,000. This is still a very early on project. And if I'm going to be completely honest with you guys, as we look at projects like this, if you can find a project that has a solid team that is showing you that they're building, although the chart may be rough in the short term, because again, you got to remember, these are very low market cap projects. They will have these major swings to the upside and downside. Ultimately speaking, these could very well be the next top, 100 projects, for an example, in the space. And it really kind of starts with the team. And so far, the team has been delivering. They actually just announced their new website. This is what their new website looks like, which, by the way, their old website, if I'm going to be honest with you guys again, was horrible. So I love to see this. And they do have, a full breakdown of what they're trying to do here, which, again, overall, it's all based around DeFi, metaverse, AI, RWAs. Here we have the Metaverse Business District, for an example. This is all around RWAs and tokenization. There's a few other things as well, like the MBD Financial District, MBD Boulevard Wellness District, Education District, Social Impact District, and even the Environment District. And this is all catering to what's happening around the metaverse. The metaverse is still a big thing. It's still an ongoing discussion, but there's also other things like MBD Boulevard, which is AI cross-chain digital marketplace with RWAs. And here we have Welcome to MBD Financials, where the future is now. And it really just kind of gives us a breakdown of what's happening around what their vision is for the metaverse. And here are some of the updates around the roadmap. So currently speaking, we are basically in Q2, and we can see that they delivered pretty much on every single thing. And now Q3 is upcoming, and this is where we get a top tier exchange listing, which I did get an insight actually from the team. They are working on right now currently liquidity around that exchange listing. We don't know when that's going to happen. Obviously, they can't tell me that, but I wanted to reach out to them and get some information before I did record a video. And they basically told me that they are working on liquidity to really kind of benefit MBD on that top tier exchange listing. So very good stuff. Marketplace gem and reward model as well, DeFi platform expansion, continued marketing momentum, and of course, token utility launch and expansion. And then Q4, marketplace community section expansion, RWA use cases expansion, B2B2C marketing expansion, as well as onboarding Web 2 and Web 3 projects, completion and launch of DeFi banking platform, pre-sale of Metaverse Business District real estate. And then last but not least, we have realizing the future of digital real estate and innovation, community-driven expansion, affiliate ambassador program launch, in-depth market research, MVP financial platform, and inclusive MBD crypto debit cards. And then, of course, the launch of the Metaverse Business District real estate with AR and VR capabilities. Now, let's actually look at the first product launch, which is the hybrid DEX. This is pretty much just like a decentralized exchange like Uniswap or so, and they pretty much launched it. It's pretty much like a fork, if you will, and it looks pretty solid. I mean, to me personally, this is very, very incredible. Now, is it just a simple fork of Uniswap? No. In fact, they gave us a full breakdown of what it is, and we have features. Limit orders for any cross-chain trade, execute trades seamlessly across different blockchains, zero slippage on any order size, enjoy accurate rates regardless of how large your order is, ensuring that you get the best value for your trades without unexpected price changes. Unlimited market depth, benefit from deep liquidity for all your trading activities, guaranteed rates and low fees, taking advantage of competitive rates and minimal fees, rapid settlement, experience fast and efficient trade settlements, native token trading, trade directly in native tokens, avoiding custodial risk, zero lock liquidity at risk as well, keep your assets safe with no lock liquidity, rapidly scalable, handle any trading volume effortlessly, gasless limit orders as well, place orders without upfront cost, tokens are deducted only if the trade is executed. Order plus call data as well, execute additional infrastructure alongside your trade. Plus, we're adding AI analytics soon to help you make even better trades. So this is solid. So it's not just like it's just a fork or so. No, it's like a massive upgrade, if you will, to Uniswap, which I am very, very excited about. Now, beyond this, right, they have been putting out a lot of blog posts regarding what they're focused on. This is with AI-driven avatars with NVIDIA's cutting-edge technology. And I did give this over to ChatGPT to really kind of summarize this fully. In the evolving financial services landscape, MBD Financials is enhancing customer engagement and satisfaction by leveraging NVIDIA's advanced AI technology. By integrating AI-driven avatars, MBD Financials is transforming customer interactions, providing more personalized and immersive experiences. These virtual financial advisors enable customers to have natural language conversations, access personalized advice, make informed decisions, and navigate complex financial scenarios with ease. The AI-driven avatars revolutionize customer engagement by offering interactive real-time assistance and tailored recommendations, facilitating a seamless interface for various financial services such as investment management and loan applications. Additionally, these avatars help customers gain deeper insights into their financial portfolios, visualize investment strategies, and explore potential scenarios, thus democratizing access to financial expertise. MBD Financials uses of the NVIDIA's AI technology signals a new era in finance, focusing on delivering personalized experiences and empowering customers to achieve their financial goals. This collaboration between MBD Financial's commitment to innovation and leadership in the financial sector, promising a future of enhanced customer-centric solutions and engagement. And I do think that this is great. Now, is this a collaboration with, MBD Financials and NVIDIA? No, it's not a partnership or anything like that. They're just tapping into NVIDIA's technology, which is a very, very good thing because NVIDIA does have some of the best AI technology out there already, especially even around, just design and, graphics. I mean, they're one of the best out there. So with that in mind, right, as we look at MBD Financials, is this right now a very solid project? In my opinion, with what we saw from the team so far, there's really nothing to me that is screaming like, oh, this is like a bad project or anything like that. No, they've absolutely been killing it. I mean, if you have been following MBD Financial since the first time that I mentioned it on this channel or even on socials, then you know that the team has been very transparent. They've been very engaging within the Telegram. If you have questions, they will answer it. To me, that's the number one reason why I'm even still invested into MBD. Like, they have been killing the game. Like, they can promise all day long, but if they can't deliver, what's the point of holding the token? So they have been delivering, which is a very big +1 to me. The audit is definitely a big thing as well. I think that the audit is a huge game changer. But outside of that, right, like they've been really kind of pushing the pace. And I'm very excited about this. I'm very excited about the future. And also for those out there that are wondering, no, I'm not paid or sponsored or anything like that by MBD at all. This is just a project that I personally see a lot of value in, especially around these big narratives. While everyone is pushing other big tokens or anything like that, I'm really kind of looking at something that is pretty much extremely low in market cap that could potentially, blast off into major levels if the team is continuing to deliver and delivering with quality. So with that being said, if you guys enjoyed this video, if you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on because I'm free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord in the description below. And with that being said, guys, it's been Nick. Thanks for watching. Peace out.